Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Beck and today I'm going to be doing a draw this in your style challenge. It's not officially a challenge, like it'll be challenging for me to draw, but normally when it's a draw this in your style challenge, it's an active competition. I don't really do that. I like to just scroll through Pinterest and Instagram and find characters that I think are cute or have a cool concept or just stand out and I don't know why. So this is one of those. It's by Lem97 and she's just a really cute character who's got a cool vibe about her, and I'd like to try and capture that in my own art, in my own style. So let's get started. I originally tried to do a kind of Drawfee thing where I was talking while I was drawing. It would have been a very long video, and also I realized very quickly that when I'm concentrating on drawing, I am not talking. My mouth does not work at the same time as my artistic thought process. So I would either be drawing something that I was happy with or I would be talking. So that's gone now. I also realized I forgot to do the screen recording while I was trying to do that. So I've used the Procreate ability to redraw stuff, but in the true spirit of Drawfee, I just ended up saying,
"Don't be precious with your art." Yeah, just delete your art.
Delete it.
Your art. Delete your art.
Everyone delete your art. Whatever you're working on right now. I know a lot of people do art while...
It's time again to delete your art.
dropping on in the background. Get rid of it. Just get rid of it.
And so I'm starting from scratch from now. First thing that I did was sketch out where I wanted the character to sit on the page, and in all honesty, I think my original sketch was maybe a little bit better. I liked the posing of the first sketch and the facial expression of the second one, but she came out, she's okay, she looked fine. I hope this music isn't too annoying. I will have periods where it's just quiet and you can just watch me draw. I don't think I need to fill the entire space with my yabbering around. See, this is what I'm talking about. I have obviously not scripted this. I'm just talking with thoughts as they come into my brain. Such fun. Hey, if you like this video, subscribe. I currently have 1 subscriber and I don't know who you are, but if you're watching this, thank you very much. Please leave a comment if you are my 1 subscriber. I thought it was a little bit like Instagram, where when someone follows you, you can see their account and you can see who they are, but I have not been able to find that on YouTube. I don't know if I'm just being dumb or if it's some sort of confidentiality thing, but yeah, I can see that I have 1 subscriber, I just can't see who they are. Chances are it's someone I know, like my mum. If it is, hi mum, love you. And if it's not, then hi stranger, or potentially one of my friends. You're great. Hooray. Where are we? What are we doing? Okay, so still sketching. She's sort of coming together. I'm trying a few new techniques in terms of the way I draw eyes and nose and mouth. Basically, the whole face is using sketching practice techniques that I'm putting into the digital drawing sphere. I don't know if I'll keep all of them, but I like the way that the mouth came out. I haven't gone over it in ink yet, but obviously I started drawing ink in the video that you're watching right now. Yeah, here we go. So the lips, instead of drawing all of the lines, you sort of just draw in the shadowy parts of them, and then later on when I'm adding color, that's where you add the fullness and make them look juicy. So I think that looks better than the way I normally draw lips. I might keep doing that if I remember to. The problem with drawing is often when you're not thinking about something, you defer to a default style that you later realize you had intended to do something different. Yeah. I struggle a lot drawing characters with horns. I never really know how to get the angle right unless it's just a straight horn. I'm talking about these kind of horns where it's more like a ram's horn and it has a curve to it. I struggle with the perspective and the angle looking right. But these ones came out quite well because I was largely copying what somebody else did, which is the best way to learn. I like doing Draw This in Your Style challenges because I do challenge myself in terms of doing something different that's outside my comfort zone. I generally will default to the same positions and styles of character if I'm left to my own devices, so it's helpful to draw someone with crazy hair or draw someone who's a little bit out there, or yeah, just someone a bit different. And even just the angle of the face here where she's tipped her chin up. I didn't really, bad at doing chins. I didn't get the chin tipped up, but you can sort of tell the face angle from her nose. You can see her nostrils. Usually I don't draw in the nostrils. And my line work has gone back to just being thick lines, although I did try to vary between thick and thin in terms of the ones on the face. You can see are a lot thinner, whereas the ones that are outlining big parts of her are thicker. And that third eye, I started off wanting her third eye to be matching her other eyes, but I ended up making it creepy like the original, where it's sort of, instead of having the whites of the eye, it's dark and got more of a goat's pupil, the sort of slit, instead of the circular pupil that we humans have. Blocking in colors. I get very meditative while I am coloring in my art pieces, so sometimes it takes me a really long time. Fortunately, this is sped up quite significantly. Yeah. The colors in the original artwork were really engaging. I think that's the first thing I saw when I decided to use this piece. I like the bright background and then the more muted kind of pastel-y colors that the original artist used. She used straight black though, or they used straight black. I wanted it to be still dark, give the impression of black, but I went with a really, really dark purple so that I could later on do sort of highlights and shadows a little bit more easily. But I did straight copy color for her hair, the sort of mint green and the lavender purple. Here is where you can see my process with her eyes. I really need to practice getting some depth in the eye coloring. I've seen some really cool tutorials and usually I come across them when I'm not in the mood to draw, so I sort of just mentally set that aside and try to remember the gist of what the tutorials were when I'm actually drawing, and then often I'll just default to one solid color and maybe add some shadow in later. This is where I try and make the demon eye more demony. The layers that I use in this one are just each layer is pretty much a different color so that I can differentiate, I guess. I don't really have a rule for how I do my layers. Often I forget to use a new layer and oh well. Adding in the little trinkets. I always forget to add little details to my art. Like if I want to remember that they're wearing jewelry, I usually have to add it into the solid lines layer. And then it doesn't really have the same delicate effect that this sort of jewelry has. So I might try and do that more in future as well, adding jewelry at the end. Making it light and pretty instead of having these solid black outlines that most of the other parts of the image have. I don't know why I can't draw stars. I don't know why that's so difficult for me. They really look like a child drew the stars, and then I just gave up with the sparkles and used a brush that comes with Procreate to do just artificial sparkles. So cheat sparkles. I cheated. Oops. I don't have any purchased Procreate brushes. I don't want to I don't want to start buying them because I know I'm the kind of person who will just develop this massive collection where at the moment there's no reason why I can't use the brushes that are already there. They work for me. And you can customize them pretty well. So yeah. I got really excited with shadowing. I don't I sort of realized the demon eye looked cool if it was sort of in full shadow, and I went from there. Possibly some of the light sources don't make sense because of the glitter in the air should be casting some sort of shadow, but I don't care. I do shadows that make me feel good. That's not how light works, but it is when you're drawing. So yeah, I do like the amount of depth that came from drawing these shadows in. The purple in the hair, I couldn't decide how I wanted the shadow to be, because obviously in natural hair you don't often see the top layer of hair being one color and the underneath layer of hair being a completely different color. So no matter what you do, the shadowing's not going to look normal. I ended up just making it kind of streaks instead of having this is the shadow that her shoulder would cast or anything like that. Yeah, so this is her. Oh, I went back in and I realized her chin looked really weak. So I sort of finished it and then was all ready to export and call it a day. And then I went back and decided to change her chin. That's after I've done all the highlights. Well, when you do shadows, you should probably do highlights. Oh, blush. Yeah, I couldn't figure out how I wanted to make her... She looked very pale. I wanted to make her cheeks a little bit more alive. Here we go. This is where I'm doing the chin. It's a very subtle difference. I almost decided not to change up the chin, but it does look better moved over slightly. Just the peak of her chin looks better just slightly to the side. So yeah, this is her. I don't know if she has a name. I don't want to name her because it's not my original character, but I think she came out really cute. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like and comment so I know who you are, because that's the only way I will know. Thanks, bye.